Want to get this briefing by email? Here's the sign up. Good evening. Here's the latest. Jim Wilson, New York Times. 1. The largest fire we've ever had. That was the sheriff of Napa County, trying to grapple with the devastation of wildfires raging through Northern California's wine country. Officials expect the death toll, now at least 15, to rise. About 20,000 people were forced to evacuate, some by foot. Everything was incinerated, said one resident in Santa Rosa. These maps and photos show the damage, and this video captures the fear amid the smoky haze. The fires are still not contained, but the winds have died down. J. Scott Applewhite, Associated Press. 2. President Trump escalated his personal attacks on Senator Bob Corker, this time ridiculing his height with the derogatory nickname Little Bob. Mr. Trump also accused the Times of tricking Mr. Corker by recording his comments that the president was reckless and could stumble into a nuclear war. The truth. Mr. Corker asked our reporter to record the interview, and Mr. Trump threatened to use federal tax law to penalize the NFL over players who kneel during the national anthem. All on Twitter. We collected the best writing from the right and left on the Corker-Trump feud. And on our podcast, The Daily, we discussed this week's White House rollback of Obama-era rules on carbon emissions and birth control. Geordie Wood for the New York Times. 3. The accusations are piling up against Harvey Weinstein. Gwyneth Paltrow and Angelina Jolie now say that he sexually harassed them when they were young actresses. I was expected to keep the secret, Ms. Paltrow, above, said of his advances in a hotel room. The stars are among a growing number of women who have come forward since we published our investigation into decades of allegations against the movie mogul. Dennis M. Rivera Pichardo for the New York Times. 4. 3 weeks after Hurricane Maria, only 16% of Puerto Rico has electricity. 40% has no running water. The shortages are putting the sick and elderly in mortal peril, and exposing others to health hazards like infections from contaminated floodwaters. Medical professionals say that the communications and electrical difficulties have obscured the true number of fatalities related to the hurricane. The official count rose today to 43. Young Yeonji agents. France Press. Getty Images. 5. North Korean hackers stole classified data from South Korea last year, including its joint wartime contingency plans with the U.S. The data included the decapitation plan to remove Kim Jong-un should war break out, a South Korean lawmaker told reporters. Above, a military drill last month. Jorge Guerrero agents. France Press. Getty Images. 6. A balancing act in Barcelona. In a closely watched speech, Carles Puigdemont, the leader of Catalonia, made a carefully worded declaration of independence from Spain. But he immediately suspended the declaration to allow for dialogue with the central government in Madrid. Jane Hunt for the New York Times. 7. Liberians headed to the polls today, and they will almost certainly elect a male president, after having a female one for the last 12 years. Helena Cooper, our Pentagon correspondent and a Liberian-American who has written extensively about the country, went to Monrovia to witness the transition. The outgoing leader, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, was the first democratically elected female president in all of Africa. There was a palpable unease about whether her successor will build on her most crucial accomplishment, keeping the country out of war. Audel Hanna, Associated Press. 8. The rival Palestinian factions Fatah and Hamas began unity talks in Cairo, sponsored by the Egyptian government. The effort is being propelled to a great extent by the increasingly desperate humanitarian situation among the 2 million residents of Gaza. One key question is who will control security there. Representatives from the Fatah-dominated Palestinian Authority held a ceremonial meeting in Gaza, above, last week. Jason Shaniz, European Press Photo Agency. 9. October baseball is in full swing. The Yankees forced a deciding Game 5 on Wednesday with the Indians, while the Astros defeated the Red Sox to reach the ALCS. The Cubs take a 21-series lead into tonight's game with the Nationals. The winner of that best-of-5 series will meet the Dodgers, who swept the Diamondbacks on Monday, led by Cody Bellinger, their rookie slugger. Mark Hill. CW 10. Finally, the CW remake of the classic 80s nighttime soap opera Dynasty premieres tomorrow. It's the kind of show where you know you've met the black sheep of the family because he says, "I'm the black sheep," and Fallon's secret lover welcomes her back to sultry Atlanta by saying, "WASNT is hot without you here," our critic notes dryly. But the casting is promising. Above, Grant Show and Natalie Kelly. Among your choices on TV tonight, via our friends at Watching the Bet Hip Hop Awards, Dan Rather's interview with Sharon Osbourne and the season finale of the DC Comics series The Flash. Have a great night, blank. Your evening briefing is posted at 6 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss your morning briefing, posted weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, and your weekend briefing, posted at 6 a.m. Sundays. Want to catch up on past briefings? You can browse them here. If photographs appear out of order, please download the updated New York Times app from iTunes or Google Play. What did you like? What do you want to see here? Let us know at briefing@nytimes.com.